So, yep.
Cool. Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Karu, for inviting me and letting this conversation happen between us. So, if I introduce myself to the audience, so myself, Shashank Mishra, and I'm working as a data engineer at Amazon. And for me, it's been almost 4 years in the IT industry and 3 years, like not 3 years exactly, approximately 2 years and 8 or 10 months in this data analytics domain because I started my career in the service-based firm as a software engineer, right? I did my master's in computer application from the NIT Allahabad, and I got placement in one of the service-based company, that is Opera Solutions, and there I was working as a software engineer. But the good point is there, like few projects related to big data was going on, and I'm a person who loves talking to different people, and there I got a chance to interact with people who are working on the big data side. So that was the, like, I would say that was the turning point for my career, because when I heard those terms like distributed computation, distributed storage, and the large scale system cluster and petabytes terabytes of data, it looked really fascinating to me, and from that point onwards I started exploring this domain.
Nice, nice. So, Shashank, like apart from professionally, like if you want to understand you, like personally, like what do you believe in? What are your values? Like, what makes you you?
Okay, so like what do I actually value, or what do, like, apart from the professional life, so I actually believe in continuous learning. First thing is that this is the thumb rule. Like it's not like that I'm only talking about the IT industry. No, it's not like that. It doesn't, irrespective of the your category or your domain. Like you should be, like, your learning should be continuous. It's not like that. Okay, you have got the good job and you are settled, you are earning, right? Everything is fine. It's not, it shouldn't be like that. Okay, now at the saturation point I'll just like chill pill kind of thing in the organization, just focusing on my assigned tasks and all. No, you should explore yourself, because today technologies or everything is changing in fractions of seconds, right? So like in coming week you never know what is new, what's new is coming, and how it can even benefit you. So you should keep on exploring, you should keep on learning. So even like when I started my channel, so that was the tagline, like keep learning, keep growing. That's the thumb rule I used to follow. And second thing which I actually focus on, like when you are in a good state, you should definitely start contributing as well. It shouldn't be like that you are just taking from the community, right? Because community is trying to help you. So if they people stop helping other, then how would you get the help from those people? So similar kind of mentality you should also have. If you know some things and you think that it can benefit other people, then you should definitely start helping them. You can create any small community, and that's how you can help others. This was the second thing. And third thing is like never just underestimate yourself. Like these I'm just talking about these values because don't care about the background, because my background was pretty hard, trust me. Like I'm not coming from a very hi-fi family background where I was having everything. And I was also like a normal kid. I was also dreaming for the IITs and ITs after doing my 10 plus 2. But somehow those financial crunches didn't allow me to get into the good coaching so that I can prepare for IITs and ITs. I was literally blank. I was not self-aware. There was no intention, no dedication for the, you can say, computer science domain. I treat myself as an accidental engineer because till the 10 plus 2, I was good in the PCM. I wanted to become a teacher. And because of those financial crunches, I just took admission in the government university, and everybody knows the situation in the government universities, right? So I didn't get that kind of awareness, or you can say guidance. So lack of guidance. But in the third year, when I just got some seriousness about my future, so I figured out few things about myself. But till that point I was underestimating myself, that like how would I compete with those folks who are pretty smart, they cracked IITs and ITs, they are preparing for it. And similarly, when I get into the NIT, like there, my life was not that easy because I had to start everything from zero. I didn't learn any computer related fundamental in the graduation because that was completely waste for me. So those kind of challenges, never underestimate yourself. Keep yourself self-aware. Nobody will come and will hold your hand. Okay, just come. I'll spoon feed you everything. I'll tell everything about this thing. That is not going to happen. You need to be self-aware. You should have some intents. You should have set goals, and you should be dedicated, irrespective of the background. Don't make excuses that I didn't get that resource. That's why I was not able to do it. There would be an alternative for it. You need to find it. That alternative may be hard to adopt or hard to work with, but if your intentions and your intent and your dedication is top notch, you can definitely do it. So these kind of values I actually focus on.
Nice, nice, nice. Cool. So, yeah, I think that was good. Like, apart from professionally, like, yeah, this is what you believe in.
Yeah.
Uh, just a second.
Yeah, cool. No.
Yep. Sorry, someone was at the door.
Oh, no problem. Yep.
Cool. So, yep. So we have got to know you professionally and like personally. I'll just tell about myself because you don't know me too. So, I'm Karupaya, and professionally, well, I've been working in a company called ThoughtWorks. It's
Yep.
been about 3 years now. And personally, similar to your values, I also like contributing to the community. So in my personal case, I've benefited a lot from open source community. So I try to
Yeah.
contribute to the open source community, or like in terms of like open knowledge, sharing knowledge, because I have learned a lot from a lot of free resources on the internet. So most of my current career is based on that. So I just
Yeah,
try
definitely.
to,
Like those communities actually helping people like to become an engineer. And I can, if I want to make a bold statement, because of that, we are surviving in this IT industry.
yeah,
Else, it
yeah,
is going to be really difficult. Trust
yeah,
me.
yeah, surely, yeah. Lot of free open source tools, free articles, lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah. So I just do the same thing whenever I get time, like, and I'm interested in doing something, I just share that. So yeah,
that's nice.
that's what I
Really
do.
nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Keep on doing that, man. Like people need like folks like you who are contributing and sharing their wonderful knowledge. So, yep, loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yep. So moving on after introduction. So I had some topics in mind for our discussion today. So pretty hot topics. We already like spoke about the overview. So
Yeah.
well, let's start with the first thing, right? Like about jobs in general and in tech industry. So the question is a bit big. Maybe I'll split it. So but the main question is, what do you think about the COVID situation? Like, I mean, I'm coming from the perspective that a lot of people seem to have lost their jobs,
Yeah.
and these are people with experience. Okay, and then to add to this, a lot of students like they're still in college and they're looking for internships, and then
Mhm.
some students have finished college and then they're looking for full-time jobs. So basically, there are a lot of people looking for jobs,
Yeah,
and
and the
yeah,
impact
yeah,
of the COVID.
so yeah, and our population is too big in India, and we can see this literally on LinkedIn, and this is just a part of it probably. Outside
Yeah,
LinkedIn, a lot of people are also there who are looking for jobs. So like,
yeah.
what do you think about this? Like, what's your opinion on the situation, and like your advice for people looking for
That's
jobs?
a definitely a question which is debative because everybody has their own perspective, right? And
True, true,
own
true.
thought. Like definitely they can agree on few things, right? Uh, like first, I'll definitely take this part on the COVID impact, and that's true that it has impacted a lot. Not the IT industry, other industries as well, right? It has a huge impact, and but definitely these things come with new opportunities as well. Like we saw the culture. of going remote, right? And the cost saving part for the organization. And we also saw that, like, if there is a bad time, once it is gone, definitely those business cannot be run without you, right? Okay, whosoever fired you somewhere, probably like you'll get new opportunities in the new organization, not that particular point of time, because it was hard for the companies as well to survive. But as soon as they revived, they again started looking back for the employees, like to hire. So obviously, like, whosoever didn't like lose their job, they should feel lucky. And who lost it, obviously it was really unfortunate. But here you need to stay strong, right? And here we also got to know about something that uh, about the financial stuff, like you need to be financially strong, you need to plan your things, because when you're working in such industry where things are uncertain, like you cannot only depend on your single source of income, right? You need to somehow like try to figure out those kind of ways. Let's say you are someone who is like your job is going fine, but along with, let's say, you can spend some time on the freelancing stuff, freelancing part as well, right? You can earn money from there. Not someone like you can go into the digital marketing part. And even if you are good content writing, this is also a very hot topic, right? Lots of folks are into this content writing and these things, if you're good in that. So definitely you should figure out those options as well, right? Which can help you to survive. You need to be you need to take your financial backup. So that was the one thing which everybody, I think, learned. And second thing, it came up with good opportunities, like good startup, right? They came into the picture where, and they are working fine, right? So that is the second thing. And the impact is definitely was bad. And for the students, if I talk about the students, guys, trust me, this is the challenging time for you, but it doesn't mean that it is going to be like the COVID is going to be here forever. Probably it will be here forever, but we all know about other viruses as well, like which came like a pandemic, right? But we are surviving, right? We are doing our own job, so there will be a cure for it soon. But you need to keep on working on your skill set. You need to fight for those good opportunities. It shouldn't be like that you are sitting idle and just blaming that, okay, COVID did this, that, and I have no future, or just criticizing and blaming yourself. Don't do that. Just keep on working in the same way which you were doing, probably the good project development skills, and you were taking participation in hackathons, challenges, which definitely helps you to grab the off campus opportunities, make your profile really solid, right? Don't only just follow the college curriculum and all these things. College curriculum, I would say, it has only 10-15%. It plays only 10-15% part in your entire career growth, right? Else it is only dependent on you if you really want to go. Uh, so, so that's the thing I would say. There will be opportunities, but you need to figure out. Because when I was preparing for the NIMSET exam, so my teacher, right? So he was like, he was saying that there are, let's say, 1,000 seats, right, for the NIMSET exam, and there will be, let's say, 1 lakh registrations for the exam. You need to target only one seat. Why are you thinking about the rest 999? So similar thing, right? If you are confident, you are fighting, then I don't think so it will be hard for you. It Things may take time, right? So I have good examples, like few of my friends, let's say, initially I do remember they got the internship, but they were not happy there, right? With the job profiles or the compensation, they were not happy. What they did, they just like resigned from there within a month, right? And they, like, even they didn't have any sort of full-time offer, but they resigned it. And it took time for them after that to find a job. It took almost 3-4 months for them to find. Although they were belonging from the NIT, they were from the same batch like me and him, but still it took time for him. So that means, right, things will take time, but good opportunity will come according to like its time. Like you cannot run fast than your time, right? You just keep on working, don't stay saturated, and just target the good opportunities.
Cool, cool. Makes sense. So yeah,
Yeah,
I guess the financial part is also there, but yeah, like you said,
yeah,
we have to keep it strong. Yeah,
yep,
cool.
definitely.
Yeah. So since you spoke about the financial part and like how things take time, sometimes you don't have a job, like, but you still
Yeah,
have to work on yourself. So like, and you spoke about like different sources of income, freelancing and all that. So in general, when it comes to money, so like what's your opinion like on saving money or like investing, given that sometimes people just lose jobs? You mentioned financial backups. So yep,
yeah,
so
that
what do
that
you
is
think?
important. Like even before the COVID, I was not saving any sort of money, right? I was just okay, I'm getting it. I used to just dad, this is the salary and take it and do whatever you want, like take care of the FDs and all. I didn't focus on it, right? I was not very concerned about it. But when this sort of thing happened, I was really concerned about the things this may happen to me as well, right? So there, like, yep, those banking, saving, mutual funds, and these things are pretty vast, right? You can keep on exploring where you can put your money, like your cold money, you can say, which is growing as well. You are continuously investing. That is for the long term, actually, right? For the long term, everybody plans for the long term. So definitely, apart from your salary, your expenditures, definitely you should on monthly basis you should target at least let's say 10% of your amount, whatever you should definitely put it in your bank account or the saving account, whatever you have, or invest it, because it will help you to survive in near future. Second, that's what I talked about. You should, like, you should follow your passions as well. Everybody has some different sort of passion, and that may turn into a source of income as well, right? So I may sound a example for it because I am someone who loves teaching, right? I love teaching people. So, like, I do remember when I was in the third year of my third year. So I was also good in the content writing part. So I was writing articles for the Geeks for Geeks, right? Technical. I was good in the coding. I was liking the coding part. So let's say I learned something new. I was trying to convert it into a problem statement, and I was writing its own algorithms and solution. And they, for one article, they were paying me $500, right? And it was good to me, like if I'm able to write at least 10-20 articles in a month, I'll be getting at least 10,000 rupees, and as a student it was a big amount for me. Like I was just able to spend it on my own and party with the friends. So these kind of expenditures I was able to handle. So that's what, like, I was always interested to teach something, and I was always interested to give something back. That's what it turned into a source of income. And when this time, like when I started my channel, it given me that this pandemic time, that's what I said, it came up with the good opportunities. I got a lot of time to think about that what extra source of income I can create for myself. So there this YouTubing came into the picture, because I always again wanted to share the things with the large audience. And like it came up with a good opportunity. And when my channel got monetized, I started earning, got like sponsorship from different uh, you can say organization. They sponsored my videos, started getting money from there, and then got contacted by few organizations which are in the ed tech, right? And they wanted me to create courses for them. So I'm also into it. So that's how you can see, like, how that single turn given me good opportunities to explore my passion, and how I converted it into a source of income, right? So it is making me financially strong as well. Like my parents don't know about that money, right? They think, okay, I'm just doing it for the passion, right? But I'm keeping it. I'm just keeping it as a backup. I won't tell them that I okay, I'll earn this much from these sources, because they'll be then probably they'll be excited. Okay, can we invest it here? No, I don't want to invest it. I will invest it like my own way, right?
Yeah,
So
got
that's
it.
what you, yeah, that's what you guys can also do. Just try to find your passion, and that's what, if you're good in your skill set, definitely pick freelancing projects according to your bandwidth time. At least you are earning, apart from your savings, on a monthly basis you are earning extra 30, 35K, 40K, even you can earn more than that. That is your investment, that is your saving. So just keep trying or keep finding those options.
Nice, nice. I think that was good.
Yeah.
Surely something to check out. Yeah. Passions and then seeing if they can become source of income.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so since like we spoke about doing different things, right? Like you mentioned freelancing or YouTubing, and also, and you mentioned about bandwidth. So there's this lot of famous hustle culture now coming up everywhere, including LinkedIn or any social media, right?
Correct.
So searching for jobs and then hustle, 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 and like do things. So like, so what's your opinion on like hustle culture, the new thing that's out?
Yeah, I think, see, I have two perspective for it, and perspective of my own, perspective of others. So see what happens. That's what I said, right? I'm coming from a very tough background, and I have faced those things. People might like they might they don't know about it. They sometimes what they think. Let's say someone who got a job into a good company, right? And he started sharing about his experience, her experience on the platforms, right? So few people take motivation from it. Few people think that guy is or that girl is just showing off the things because he landed into a good job. That's somehow not actually true, right? In some cases, probably people might be doing it for the show of the things like, hey, I've got these many offers, this like that. But majority of the things they actually want to tell their story to the people, that how I came from this path to this path. Because there could be n number of people who are at that starting point, right? And that's how like motivational people pay thousands of rupees to attend Sandeep Maheshwari's show, right? To just get that motivational factor. Okay, he'll talk about any random story, like probably, and it is not related to his experience sometimes, right? He just try to create those fictional world, right, of the motivation. We pay for it. We feel pumped up. Okay, I'll from the next day I'll start doing things this way, that way, right? So you shouldn't like you shouldn't use those harsh words. Like I have seen those hate rates or those trolling. Like you definitely might be aware about it. You might be seeing it on LinkedIn or Instagram everywhere. People used to troll those people. So don't do it. I mean, right? Uh, if you feel something positive, like you can just appreciate it. If you find something, then there is a thing like a positive criticism. Like if I talk about the if you have seen previously in last couple of months, there were a lot of trolling going on for the Fang, Amazon, YouTubing, right? These things. So, okay, people have their own opinion. I have few questions for them, right? It takes a lot of guts, right, to come on a public platform like a YouTube. People hesitate a lot to face the camera, to talk to the people. And okay, let's say for few videos things are going smooth, and then you created a video where you started getting the backlash, negative comments, right? Even sometimes people used to abuse you as well, dislikes. You need to stay strong. You need to stay mentally strong, right? And it takes a lot of guts, right? It's not an easy task. Like to blame someone, okay, you just started your YouTube channel because you got into Amazon or the Fang or there, like whosoever is there, if he's trying to help something, there are replicated content, right? People just let's say call someone, why you are creating content for the data structures algorithm, there are a lot of good channels for it. Fine, like that's how, like even we have Zomato, we have Swiggy, we have both the food apps, right? What, then there should be only one, right? There are replicated things, but everybody's trying their best to like share that their opinion or share that their learning about the thing. So if you feel, you can just appreciate him. If not, if you find something, try to just point out the mistakes. Don't troll him, don't troll her, because that's how you will start losing people. Because you don't know today, let's say, you can take any example, right? If the most popular, let's say Aman Dhattarwal, right? If he would have thought in the same way when he started his YouTube channel, where people are trolling me or they are saying why, what kind of stuff you are creating, if at that time he would have stopped, you wouldn't know about the Aman Dhattarwal, right? Who is he? So just let the people try their things, and if you like it, then good. If you don't, you can just put your comment that hey, you can do these things differently. That's it. Like that's a positive criticism. That's what, like, but people have their own mentality. You can judge the people. You are free. In India you have like freedom of speech, but just make sure that you are not hurting someone, because that's how like you'll probably lose good content creators, or you'll try to demotivate the people, and that's not the good way. And if people is trying to share their journey, uh, sometimes, mostly majority of time, they have faced it, they have been through with that struggle path. So you can listen their story. If you find it good, if you find it motivated, put a comment for their appreciation, not just leave it as it is. Whosoever find sometimes whatever I used to post, people used to relate it. I used to get the messages, I used to get the comments that I can definitely relate it. So it gives me motivation to write something, right? Or mostly I just used to share my experience, whatever I have faced in this in these many years. And that's what, like, there are a lot of there is a lot of things to say. Probably I just don't want to waste this time for that conversation. But yep, the entire thing is, you should know people, you should know that how to appreciate the people, and you should know how to do the positive criticism. Like, there is a, like, if you know the Akshay Saini, his quote is definitely wonderful: you rise by lifting others.
Nice, nice. So, so your perspective is like hustle culture. Some people may see it this way. Some people may see it the other way too.
So yeah, definitely. So hustle is there, right? People are doing the hustle, right? It's our perspective, right? How we are seeing it. If we are judgmental, if we are and sometimes those people used to make these kind of comment who haven't achieved something. They are probably just fighting. They are just fighting with the world to stand out somewhere, and they just keep pointing out the people. They keep pointing the finger towards someone else, that okay, you just achieved it because you got those resources. Don't just blame the things. You are the one who can blame yourself, and you are no one to blame someone else. Whatever he wanted, he achieved it, right? And he is there. Now it's your turn to prove yourself.
Yes. Cool. So I guess, yeah, I mean, these are the broad topics I had. Let me check if I missed anything. Just a second. We did talk about multiple things
Yeah,
that we'll discuss.
we
Just,
covered a lot of things.
yeah.
But anything is missing, just feel free to ask, like,
Yeah, I guess those are the stuff. Like, I guess the only thing that we also forgot, yeah, like, opinions on like the industry, software industry, skills learning. But you mentioned initially about continuous learning. I guess
yes,
that's your
continuous learning. And if I talk about the, at least uh, the thought for the freshers, right? I have been through this situation where I mugged up the coding solutions, because that's what my 3 years of graduation were waste. I just mugged up normal programs, converting from the centigrade to Fahrenheit, because I didn't focus in the class, like how it is happening, what is this C programming language, right? That was the thing, right? If I would have that kind of intent to learn the things, definitely I would have done it by my own. Second thing, in the NIT, right? Initially, I was hesitating. Initially, I was just getting influenced by other, right? Okay, like, I didn't know about the data structures, algorithms, coding in depth, but I saw someone in my class who was very good coder at the CodeShift, code courses, and these things. I got so influenced, I directly jumped onto those platforms and started solving the question, and it was a nightmare for me. Right, I was not even able to like understand the constraint. I was entire 1 2 hour. I was just looking at the question, what the statement is. So that's how, like, first you need to make your fundamental and strong. You need to have a solid building block of the thing which you are going to attempt and which you are going to do. This is the part. Don't get influenced by the people. Take positive influence when you are a good state. But if you know your background, you know you are at the zeroth level of the learning the things, then you should start the thing in that way, right? In your class there will be multiple people. That's what, for the data analytics domain, I have seen people are so fascinated for the AI ML. They think this is the only industry which is going to run, right? And Android development, cyber security, web development has no future, right? They are just going to vanish. So that's incorrect. Every single technology has its own relevance in the IT industry. If I talk about the Android, you cannot even imagine the future without the Android applications, right? Everybody is, majority of people, they have the Android phone. Like mostly people cannot afford the iPhones. So you can think that how much dependent you are on the Android phones and those applications. So how you can ignore them? That Android development is like useless, or you won't get that much opportunities, or you won't get that much pay scale. It is about the opportunity you need to find. It is about the company you need to figure out which can pay you a good compensation, right? So that's how you need to understand, man. Just don't get into, like, I do remember a student just pinged me and said that, sir, in my class most of the people are doing the AI ML, and I am very much interested in the backend development, but now I'm switching my career to the data science. I mean, what are you doing? You are interested. You know your interest, man. Why are you just unnecessarily going into that direction? Because that XYZ person is doing the data science. No, probably after 2 months you will feel regret. Why I choose the data science, right, or the machine learning. So find your interest properly. One, you people don't try to spend the time, right? They are really like so curious, or you can say they are in a rush, that quickly
Fast,
they
fast.
want to understand a technology, and quickly they want to make a career, and quickly they want to do everything. It is a like a time taking process, right? First explore different domains, figure out one thing. Okay, I'm interested in the cyber security, and what now? Just prepare your roadmap for the couple of months. That's how I can get the expertise in the cyber security domain. After that, next step, start creating projects, right, around that, good projects. Next step, take part in the hackathons, right? Prove yourself, get those opportunities, get recognized, so that your profile will stand out from the crowd. After that, like, it's an ongoing process. Keep exploring, keep getting the good opportunity. But without your interest, if you are just doing the AIML part because of someone else, like, you will feel regret for sure. So those were the things, those are my recommendations. That's what I did. I even in my like, since I didn't get any guidance from my seniors or something like that, I can't blame them, right? Because they were also in the same environment. So how can I blame them that why they didn't guide me, right? So that's what, like, I just copy pasted solution for a normal Bluetooth related chat application, and I just represented it to the faculty. Okay, how cool product I have created, which I have only copied from somewhere else. So that's how I, like, wasted my time, like, because I was not aware, right? So actual thing, I would say, few things I learned in my NIT. When I was in the NIT, I was doing my MCA, and after that, whatsoever I am today, that is because of the industrial experience I have gained there. Because there I got some seriousness about the surviving in the IT industry, and my passion about the learning new stuff when I interacted with those kind of people. So your circle also matters a lot. Along with that, your self intent also matters a lot. So you need to be self aware. Nobody is going to come and hold your hand.
I guess self-awareness you mentioned a lot of times. Like, yeah, I
Yep,
mean,
self aware. So because I have felt it, that's what my experience. You can sense that why this guy is talking so much about the self awareness. Because I sometimes feel really disappointed. Why? Because I used to see those young kids, like, they are in their college, and they are doing mind blowing internship. They are making so many cool projects. That's not like they are copy pasting somewhere. They are actually eager. They learned it. They are taking part in the open source communities. That's why I sometimes feel jealous with them. I sometimes feel shame on me that what kind of guy I was that time. Like, I could have explored these things, man. So that regression, or that depressed thought, you can sense. That's why I was keep focusing on this self awareness.
so I guess like it's important to understand yourself, and like, and also like you
Yeah,
mentioned, not underestimate someone, yourself
definitely.
including. Nice, nice. That's cool. I guess it's pretty important. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know many people who are like desperately looking for jobs and like underestimating things. They're like,
That happens. That
oh,
happens. It's a
yeah,
human nature, right? Nobody can get away from it. Like, sometimes you might have felt that. like very depressed sometimes at any particular point of time. Someone feels it. They used to underestimate themselves. Probably when, uh, probably that time when we are targeting better opportunities and we think that we cannot achieve it, right? Because we are seeing people, okay, this guy made into the Google, Facebook, Amazon. It's a hard thing for me to crack because I'm not up to that level. Why you are underestimating yourself? You just need to prepare and crack the thing, right? If he or she can crack it, you can also do it. So you just have that kind of attitude.
I guess yeah, that matters. I guess a lot of people need that change of
Yeah,
attitude and mindset. Like
definitely.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, cool. I guess yeah, those are like the only questions and discussions I had in mind. But yeah, I guess it was really cool to hear you on all these topics, like and understand your thought process and your what you value and like what you believe in, and also a lot of advices and like thoughts for the young people who are just trying to get jobs nowadays,
Yeah.
and of course for people who are still in college and how you mentioned people who are just
Yeah.
copying others when it comes to careers. Like I'll also do AIML.
Yeah. Don't do
I guess AIML is like the
Yeah,
enthusiasts.
they're just fascinated. They're just everybody treats or try to map AIML with the Elon Musk, right? They always think. I have seen this trend. They
Right.
AIML Elon Musk, AIML Elon Musk. So just okay, he did that kind of stuff. That's why we know him for that reason. But it's still like again beyond that there is another word, right? That was the origination. AIML or the data analytics was not the thing which originated first, right? There are a lot of things. This came very late into the picture, right? This data analytics, data science. Probably I can relate starting from the 2000, uh, uh, 12, 14, something like that. That was the period where I saw that graph of the data analytics, data science, AIML. That was it took the spike and became the hot emerging IT technology.
I guess it's just a recent
Yeah.
fad probably, and like it's just
Yeah,
growing now. Like,
because before that everybody was so fascinated for the back end development, front end development, and mostly Android development. That's what I said, like Android chat application. Because in my college there was a boot camp, and those guys just came. They came for the Android development. Nobody came here there for like any data stuff related, data analytics or something like that, right? So that's how you can see like every technology has its own relevance. You just need to understand it properly. Your interest.
yeah. I mean, it's funny like how you said some people think there's no future. I mean, I know complete companies who depend on Android apps, like
Yeah,
phone pay and all is completely it's an app only. That's it. And
definitely. You are using it and you are saying that it is useless. How can like those two contradictory statements? Yeah,
uh, anyways, cool. It was good talking to you, Shashank. I
same
look
here.
forward to some more discussions when I have like more ideas. Yeah, sure.
Sure, sure. We will be having. And again, thanks for giving me this opportunity to interact with you because that's what I said earlier. I love interacting with new people because that was the discussion which given a new turn for my career, moving from software into the big data. So that's how like I used to learn from new people, and it's really amazing. So thank you so much for having me, and yeah, keep doing your open source contribution and stuff. That is very very important.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Of course. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing that I like. Like you said, my passion. I just like to just build some new things or like share whatever I do at my work. So yeah, those are two
People
things that
should
I
have it.
like.
Else, like doing the your professional stuff or 9 to 5 sort of job is quite boring. You can do it for 1 year, 2 year, 3 or 4 year. How long you will be doing it? You should have something else to distract your mind or to feel fresh, right? Else, you are not going to survive in this IT industry like after 30 or 35 years of age. Like you will just
True.
quit it because it will become so frustrating for you.
True. I guess that's something IT people have to understand how to manage the frustration,
Yeah.
whatever. The number of errors you see every day, like you need to see how to, nullify all that.
Yeah.
Cool.
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 Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for
Thank
having me.
you. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. Thanks a lot. See you then. Bye.
Yep. Bye bye.